So we've just gotten back from the hospital. My 5-year-old had her tonsils removed, adenoids removed, grommets put in both ears. We're back home. She's all good. The TV's on. But because my DMs currently look like this, with parents going through the same thing, I thought I would just quickly jump on and talk through our whole experience and how it all went. So this is not medical advice. I am not a medical professional. This is me as a mum just chatting through our experience. It definitely wasn't fun, but it probably wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So bear with me through the bad parts because it does get better. So she was in really good spirits all morning, right up until the moment where she had to put the mask on to go under. At that point, she started getting really upset, quite worked up. It didn't last long at all, like less than a minute. But that was pretty upsetting to see. I got pretty sad. I cried. I didn't stay in the room with her for the procedure. I waited outside. It took about an hour and then they brought me back in again just as she was waking up, which again was quite upsetting. I ended up jumping into the bed with her and just holding her really tight, settling her, and she actually ended up going back to sleep. So after a little while, she was waking up. She said she felt like she was swallowing her tongue and she got, again, really worked up, very upset. It was almost like a gag reflex type thing, and she ended up exorcist vomiting all over herself and the bed. It was after that, which was the lowest point, that things definitely started to get better. So over the afternoon, she started eating ice cream, jelly. I think by the end of the day, she'd had like 6 tubs of jelly, probably 3 or 4 tubs of ice cream. By dinner time, she ate a full bowl of mac and cheese. We stayed up till about 9 o'clock watching the Olympics, the ice skating. And by the evening, she was telling me she thought this was the best day ever. So kids are definitely a lot more resilient than you think. She woke up, we had pancakes for breakfast. And then we were sent home on our way, taking Panadol, Nurofen, some antibiotics, and also some drops that we need to put in her ears for the grommets. And then just monitoring resting. So she's going to be off school for, I think, about a week or so. We've pulled her out of swimming lessons for the rest of the term just to try and keep her ears dry. And hopefully we have a pretty smooth recovery from here, fingers crossed. Things that we did do to make her stay a bit more comfortable, and some of this was recommended by you, so thank you, was bring in like a soft blanket, her own pillow, and a snuggly toy from home. So I wore dark clothes just to hide any stains, slobber, dribble, blood, jelly, whatever it might be. Put some Vaseline on her lips overnight just to help with the mouth breathing and to make her a little bit more comfortable. So we brought like a bunch of colouring books and new pens and stickers. We watched a lot of TV, a little bit of iPad. We were doing lots of little laps just around the ward. There was a nice little courtyard there to get some fresh air, and that definitely helped. So why did we do it? So last year she had a lot of like recurring ear pain and ear infections. At night she would often complain of pain in her ear and like a whooshing sound. Her tonsils were like visibly big. You could see them in the back of her throat, and she's always been a snorer, an open mouth breather, and a very light sleeper. So it took a couple of months to get into an ENT appointment last year. So we got in early this year. And they confirmed a whole bunch of things, but also off the back of a hearing test, she actually was having like some hearing loss as a result of the fluid blocking things from sort of going where they needed to go in her ears. So that's us. I know, as I said, there's so many of you going through it, which is why I'm talking about it all now. It wasn't fun, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And hopefully it's a step towards better sleep, better hearing, just better things overall.